Hi, thanks for watching this video. This is part 3 in our stewardship series, and one of the things that I've been asked about a lot are the particulars of how stewardship kind of works in the big picture of a church. And I love explaining this kind of stuff because it's this wonderful combination of very deeply personal practice and the life of the church, the corporate life of the church. And by corporate, I mean how the body of Christ works as St. Mark's Church. And I think it's helpful to demystify some of the process. This time of year is a time when the vestry begins looking at its priorities. It begins to look at where have we been, what have we done, what will we do in the future? And it's a way that we shape all of our work together around our core values. Our core values are things like worship, formation, children and youth. These things are the priorities that the vestry has placed on us as a community to continue to show the world God's love. Our mission statement here is to see Christ in and be Christ to others as we are led and empowered by grace. And that's been our mission statement for almost a decade now. And that particular mission statement helps us shape what we do with the resources that we're entrusted with. So when my family fills out a pledge card and submits it to the church, that's part of our work together. That gift that we give out of the resources that God has given us becomes part of the work of the church, and we are a part of that, and we embrace that. One of the things I love to say is that while I may not be involved in one particular ministry, I know that it's a part of my church family's work, and I take great joy and love in knowing the wonderful and myriad things that we do as a community, especially knowing how wonderful our core values really are to the life of this parish. So after we make that pledge, all of our pledges are put together, and the vestry knows a figure, and that figure is what we shape the budget out of. We don't fundraise to a budget. We shape our priorities and what we can do based around what people give. I've always loved that little nuance of the way that the church works. We don't set a goal of raising this amount of money. We respond to what the church has, and by church I mean you and me, has entrusted us to work with around these core values. So one of the things that has blown me away in my time as rector here at St. Mark's is how those resources have grown and grown and grown and grown. Just as we've grown in our community, we've been able to do some pretty amazing things, like continue to support the ministry of the preschool in new and exciting ways. We've continued to grow children and family with bringing Chris Spilker on board as part of this team. We've continued to grow in communications and worship thanks to Father Mike and his family. So there's a lot of good things happening at St. Mark's, and there's a lot of good things that I'm very proud of as the rector, and I'm very grateful to be a part of as the body of Christ. So I hope you'll continue to consider to join us, and I hope you'll continue to know that your stewardship matters. It's deeply personal, it's deeply individual, but it affects the greater community, and this greater community, I think, affects the world. So thanks for being a part of it.